Alright, hello. I know, you missed me. How you guys are doing? I will admit, I was shoveling food down my throat because I haven't had dinner yet. I literally was like making a quick thing of ramen to eat. Because, you know, you gotta live the college lifestyle of surviving off nothing but like instant noodles and the bare necessities. But it's fine, Thank you for the look, crack ripe. How you doing? How you doing, anarchist? No, I'm not toxic. That's lies. That's lies fed to you by the inferior pastries out there. Yes, as I said. They're trying to make me look bad. That's all that is. I'm never toxic. Thank you. Never would be. Also, welcome in, Fenchi. I saw you there too in the loading screen. Hope you're having a good day. I don't know why I'm speaking like that. I'm trying to sound like a New Yorker or some shit. I don't know. But it's been a fair bit. And by fair bit, I mean like 2 days. Alright, I know you guys missed me. Sure thing, buddy. Okay. Nah, but I am like both tired and like relieved at the same time because these last 2 days have been kind of hellish. I had an exam at like 6 p.m. yesterday, and I had like 2 like online things that take an insane amount of time to do at 12 that same day, and I wasn't about to work on them before I take my exam, so I did that. Fucking had to rush that, some other things that will like do today, and like I was just like fucking out of it by the time I was finished everything. I tweeted about it because I was like non-stop, and like once I got back home from my last class, I went straight to studying. Actually, no, I didn't. That's a lie. I didn't. It was like non-stop after that exam, which was like at 6. I took that, literally like non-stop work. The only time I took a break was to take a bath because I'm not a stinker. I'm not a little dirty baby. No, I would never. Monday I just spent studying. I like reviewed literally the entire thing, and that made me feel good about it. Stinky Waffle, that's a lie. Waffle's a stinky nut. No. I'm not stinky. I have like the off-brand like Old Spice like body wash. I can't be sneaky. And yes, I mean off-brand because it's like the same colors and everything. It's kind of funny. Stinky Toxic Waffle. No. Stinky. No. You guys are just being fed lies. I don't know who indoctrinated you. I don't know who showed you the lies, but someone showed you the lies, and they're trying to frame me. How you doing, kidney? How you doing this fantastic evening, afternoon, whatever? Look, there's even a little man on me. Get that out of here. I'm trying to pet butt it out of here. But yeah. So like today, just in comparison, was like such a relief, just because I was able to just not do it. So eepy. I'm so eepy. No, I'm joking. I did have to wake up at like 7 a.m. though, and that was ass. That was absolutely ass. How are you, Kiji? I don't know, honestly. I think I'm okay. I think today's a good day because I'm just not doing shit. Cause I had to go to my lab today, and the lab was alright. We didn't take that long to do stuff, but like we didn't know how to do some of the things, and we just had to figure it out. But it was fine regardless. And I went home and slept because I was so tired. I was like, I need eepy, and I'm like, so I was like up to like 1 doing shit. And it's just the fact that like, oh damn, you go from like stress, like doing a lot of things to doing nothing. It's like, damn, I have free time now. It's so real. But after that, it was like just the normal class stuff, and it's like, okay, I don't really want to be here, but I'm here. Yay. I got back one of my exams for physics, which is scary. I did not do good on it when I tell you the number grade, because I had to calculate it myself. Spoilers. It's not good. I fell down and hurt my head. Well, hopefully someone will give you a little kiss on the forehead and it will not hurt. But I had to calculate the my grade myself because my teacher just didn't do that. She told me what all the questions points were, but I had to like basically go in and count how many points like were worth and everything. And when I summed up the grade total, I got a 65. That sounds awful. The grading scale in that class makes that a C. So I got a C in that class. I take those. We take those. We take those here, and we do not. We take them and run. All right. We're not worrying about that. We're just running with them because physics fucking sucks. I hate physics so much, dude. We take this exact. Dude, I hate that class so much. The homework's impossible. It's like an online homework thing where it's like you have like 5 attempts to get the question right, and it's like holy shit. I can't do that. I can't do that. Mpreg, dude. What? No. Do I look impregnable? No, I don't have a womb, Billy. Stinky ass web design. No, it's not web design. That is that, but we do use that though. We do use it for a different class. I use that in Calc 3. I do not use that in, I don't use that in physics. We use something worse, in my opinion, because the explanations are ass. I don't know. I'm not gonna complain about physics the entire time, but I just don't like it. Yes, you do, Kiji. No. Oh god, horrid ass website. Yeah, I have like 4 websites I have to use this semester. Surprisingly enough, the easiest one is like my biochem one, because all we do is just like write a paragraph, and that's it. It's not even like that needed. It's just a participation grade, and it's like, okay, whatever, I'm doing that. But hey, it was hype. Other fun thing that I found out. So Sunday night after my stream, Sunday, like after my whole karaoke and everything, which by the way, guys, go check that out. I sung my heart out. It was kind of hype. I emailed one of my professors, not one of my professors, a professor, about like working in a lab, because she has like a lab thing, like group that they're doing, and my friend works there. Friday, she was like, hey, Kiji, did you ever apply to those labs that your professors or old professors like did? I was like, no, I got lazy, I never did it. She's like, okay, mine is looking for like undergrad students, so you should go apply. And I'm like, well, that's an opportunity if I ever saw one. That's like fate itself, because I have had bad luck with some of the jobs I try to apply for, because I tried to apply for like a job in the library ages ago just because it was piss easy, and I never got it because just my schedule was too full, which sucks. Yo, you do be that high. Exactly. So I emailed her like 8 p.m. Sunday, not expecting a response, because it's like, dude, it's a Sunday at night. There's no way. 90% of professors don't send anything. An hour later, she sends me like an email saying, hey, come Thursday around these times and we can talk. And I'm like, well, I wasn't expecting that. I was honestly expecting her to do it like days later, because that's what my friend made it sound like, is that she's a lazy fuck too, which is respectable. But tomorrow, I'm essentially having an interview kind of thing. She never said it was an interview, but she just said we're going to talk about it. And that's like 90% sure it's an interview. Which reminds me, I need to get my social security from my parents, because I never actually know what mine is. I know like the last 4 digits. I'm not going to say it, obviously, but I actually don't know what it is. And I need that for a job. Fuck. Oh my god, I know I was forgetting something today. Sup, Kiji, how are you doing first hour? How are you doing in this fantastic evening, afternoon, wherever it is in your part of the world? Today is a very relaxing and chill day. And speaking of relaxing and chill, I need more agua in my system. Ugh. I have a nice full, like, Brita filter of water that I'm, like, pouring out. I never really used one of these things until I got into college, because my parents were, like, convinced that, like, fucking the water where I am is like ass, so they got me. I have had it like straight from the tap. It's really not that bad, but my sister's place, when she lived in this city, because she lived here for a little bit, had like smelled like sulfur or some shit, and so they just like, oh, this place sucks, this place sucks, this place sucks. I use a filter. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't care. I can use tap water like from the sink. I don't really think it's that different. Like, I don't know. That's just me, though. That's just me. Sulfur, that doesn't sound good. It smelled. That's all it was. That's all it is. It's not like a Flint, Michigan situation, as far as I know. They just didn't like the smell. I did use Brita, but I use another Brita now. That's fair. I have, like, a really cheap one, so it's, like, the worst. I have so many friends that have them, and, like, every single one I saw is, like, better. Like, they're bigger. They're either bigger, they like don't require like a longer like fill up time, or like they have like a little nozzle thing that's like meant for their fridge, and it's sick as shit. Have you seen the videos of YouTube videos of people lighting a match at the faucet? What the fuck? No, I haven't. But it's still a price for what you get. That's 100% true. That's why I'm not buying this or that shit. I wouldn't have bought it. My parents did it because they're like the worrywart type. That's what they are. I love them, but they're the worrywart type. They're the paranoid type, which. It's like, I feel like it's genetic, but that's another thing. Just got water over myself. Fuck, I'm so stupid. But it's just nice to like chill for a little bit, because like I have like the capacity to just not worry about anything, which is amazing. I don't know why all my classes made everything due on Tuesday. That was just random. It was just awful. It was like all on October 1st, which sucked ass. And, yeah. But regardless, I got through it. Don't hit things. Don't throw things at me, Anna. Because I will literally end your bloodline. I will end you. I'm fine. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't be mad at me. I'm trying to think anything else that happened. I didn't write down notes of things to talk about because I was too locked in for the past few days. Not today. I was just lazy today. But I don't know. It's one of those things at least. Toxic and stinky. Listen, I would never be toxic. This does remind me. I do think it's absolutely hilarious when people get like insanely toxic at me in games. Like they just start trying to have a flame war. I've only ever really noticed it in 2 games I played, and that's usually with games I play with friends, and that's like the only reason I play them. I played Dead by Daylight. I actually like that game, but people there are insanely toxic sometimes, and it's really funny. That would be toxic. He didn't deny being stinky. I'm not stinky. I use off-brand Old Spice. I have like a little thing in a nice little red tube, comes out like blue. It smells, and like it cleans me. I don't know what it smells like actually. It smells like something. I just used the one about it. But as I was saying, DVD is like fucking toxic as shit. And it's kind of funny because sometimes they will just get mad at you for doing things that like you didn't even do. But they'll like accuse you of cheating because you're good. I never seen that one, but I know it happens. And it's kind of hilarious. Or it's like, it's the most obvious things where it's like, oh, the killer is like making it so that like the survivors have to play a certain way, and he gets mad about it because it's not fun. Like, my brother in Christ, you're making it not fun. You're forcing them to play that way because you're not making it fun. It's that kind of thing. And the other one was fucking Overwatch. Dude, I have been flamed on fucking Overwatch, which is hilarious. I don't ever claim to be good in Overwatch. I don't play Overwatch. I solely play that game with friends and once in a blue moon. And I never play ranked. It's always quick play. If it's anything, it's quick play. And people there are so fucking toxic. It's hilarious. Like, sometimes it just happens you get paired with like a bad team or like a go get to a really good team, but like all coordinated and shit. Like, that just happens, alright? There's nothing you can do about it. But then you'll get like flamed or some shit. Or you just get paired with somebody that really just sucks at the game, which does happen. Like, I will actually be like, I won't type it in the chat, but I will think negatively. He doesn't play and have fun, and that's what I do. I don't really give a fuck. I just play the game to have fun. But other motherfuckers are just like, don't ever play the game. Uninstall right now. And it's like, motherfucker, I do not care. I am not some sweaty gamer who's played this for like thousands of hours. No, I'm not like that. I just think it's funny. I don't let it affect me. I think it's hilarious, dude, because it's like, dude, have a life. Have a life. Like, if it's ranked, okay, there's at least something. But quick play? Dude, get off yourself. It's just funny, that's all. I think the only other game I played that had like a toxic community was when I used to play League with friends. But I didn't even like the game. I just played it because I wanted to be there, be with friends, man. I don't even have it anymore. My friends were the toxic ones, but that's wrong. Not really, but you know. I hate Overwatch. Honestly, I only play that game with friends. It's at least more enjoyable than other things. I will give it that. I enjoy it, and it's better than like Concord. Oh my god, that game is still hilarious. Getting like so millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars just to shit the bed. Oh my god, it's hilarious. That's why I want a PS5, but I also don't want a PS5. And it's not for like any of those exclusives. There is just one game that I want, and I don't even need a PS5 for it. It's just on the new gen consoles. But it's like, I see so much shit on the PS5 about like XYZ things. Like I saw somewhere that like, oh my god, you go into like the thing and like the backgrounds have ads now. I'm like, the fuck? What kind of dystopian ass bullshit is this where you don't have a custom theme screen anymore? Any bullshit. Like, this is just depressing. Like, everything's being advertised. That sucks. That's like the least with the PS5. That's why I don't necessarily want one off the bat. That and there's like literally no games I want on there that's like exclusive. It's like the only game I ever got for it, which I played at my brother-in-law's because he has one, was like fucking God of War Ragnarok. Because I thought it was a PS5 exclusive. And then I learned later it was a PS4 exclusive, also on the PS4, and I was like a fucking dum-dum. And now it's on PC, I think. So like, GG, I guess. I'm stupid. God, I don't even think I beat that game. I got like a good chunk through. So I only played it because I was like house sitting for them, and I was just like, okay, bet I'll beat this game while I'm house sitting, and then I didn't. It was a vibe though. I got to like watch their dogs and stuff. It was cute. They were cute. I love their dogs. That was a good time though. They're all over the house like all the time. My parents are at that house all the time though, because that's the sister that got the like kid. So they're just there 90% of the time to watch the nephew. I'm like, if I'm home, I'm like just at home watching our dogs, but they're over there watching the nephew. I'm like, damn, I have the place to myself. Kind of hype. Little joys like that, little joys like that. Oh. Agua. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, I honestly forgot. Like, I have it on my schedule, but I didn't even know until like I got like a Steam ad that like Frostpunk 2 was out, and I'm like, oh shrimp. I always wanted to play it because I was always keeping it on like tabs every once in a while because I like it. But we're playing that this week because because I like Frostpunk. This is like a weird genre compared to the other games I've played before. The games look funny, heck yeah, dude. Because like lately, all the games I've been playing are mostly like the action, like third person kind of games, or like first person, or just actiony games. You know, fucking GTA, Sleeping Dogs, fucking oh shit. There was like the game I played, Dead Island. Like those are all like actiony. This is a fucking city building. I enjoy the cliche of a frozen world. It provides interesting mechanics. Yeah. Because it's like it's not a overly like used kind of like setting, which is nice. And I do like playing a variety of games. I am a filthy like casual gamer in a way, where I play like an absolute shit ton of different genres because I like an absolute shit ton of genres. Does that mean I like every genre? No. There's some genres I don't play because I suck at them. I don't think they're fun. Like games that have a like mainly online component, it's like hit or miss whether or not I'm actually like into the genre. Like fighting games, I don't play fighting games. I get why people are really into it, but I don't want to spend all that time learning how to play them. I respect anyone who does. I respect the people that like them. I understand why. I don't want to do that though. No, that's fine. That's life. That's the life as a gamer. I don't know why I said it like that. Like it's a fucking slang word. But that is life as a gamer and shit. It's fun though. Oh god, what was like the other genre? I guess MOBA. I'm not a big MOBA person. I tried MOBAs before, and I'm like, that's at least a genre I will play with friends. I never really play it by myself. Like I tried out League with friends. I tried Dota 2. I played a single match of Deadlock. That's it. Kiji, hop on Deadlock. Listen, I will play with friends if they hit me up and be like, Kiji, you want to play Deadlock? But that hasn't happened yet, so like, whatever. I only ever played it because I was in a Discord call once with friends and they were playing Deadlock, and I was like, okay, I guess I can see what the hype's about. And then we played a single match because I had, like, I think they had to leave. Or I had to leave, one of the two. So I only had time for one match. And I remember playing like the fire dude with like the pit, like finger gun. And it was kind of easy. I've exhausted all my friends and resorted to even coworkers. They've all said no. What the fuck? The game's not that bad. It's not like Overwatch. Or some shit. Like, I can at least understand that. That's crazy. But that is also life. I was like trying to play DVD with a friend of mine that I haven't played anything with recently. Like I'll see him around sometimes and stuff like that, but we haven't like played anything together in so fucking long. And I was like, hey, we should play DVD like sometime soon. And they were like, oh, I'm on like, see, they like to self-described it as blue collared worker hours, which this friend constantly fucking shifts around their sleep schedule, where they will be like, oh, I'm sleeping at like 10 p.m. like a good old person, like nice and tucked in, waking up at 6 a.m. or they're completely degenerate. it is a cycle where they will cycle through that. They're either like in a completely degenerate, completely like old person style, or they're like a little, there's like a sweet spot where they're kind of in the middle of the two. But usually it's one of those two like extremes, or they're just like me for real. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. When I sleeping schedule, it usually like falls where it's like I will consistently sleep maybe at like 12 a.m. or I will be like fucking, oh, the reverb intentional? Do I still reverb on? Fuck. Whoops. Thanks, Basil. I'm stupid. That's from the karaoke. I never took it off. I never tested the mic because like the only thing I tested was to make sure that my mic was working, because I use a different mic for the karaoke. Because like the mic I use right now is like a shitty USB mic, but it like gets the job done. And it's a condenser, which I have a better experience with when it came to picking up my voice. The one I used for karaoke was a dynamic, which in layman's terms is like better for picking up loud stuff, I think. And if I belt, I guess it's better? I don't know. Something like that. There we go. No, no reverb. You don't hear the reverby Kiji. Speaking of, I actually did rewatch the karaoke, so I got to hear all my fun voices. I'm the worst critic of myself, honest to God. I shouldn't have looked it, but I was really curious, because like if I'm caught in like the wrong, I don't want to say mood, I would just listen back and think, oh my God, everything sounds like shit. But then I re-listen to it like another time, it's like, oh, this isn't that bad. Or it's like I feel like I hyped myself up, but then I bring myself down, and then I hype myself up again. It's like that fucking like graph you guys see where it's like, oh, it's so over, we're so back. It's so over, we're so back. That's how I feel about my singing when I listen to it. When I listen to it over, I saw that's how it felt. But I had fun, at least. That's the main thing. That was like the main thing, was just to have fun, and little old me, had fun. That's the main thing. That's all that mattered. That's all that mattered. I do want to do more eventually, but it's not gonna be like a weekly thing or anything like that. It's probably might be like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Maybe once a month. I don't know, something like that. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? I feel like if I want to do the same songs over again, I can't really do it more than that. It has to be like a very not, I don't know, often thing. Because I do like singing, but singing doesn't like me. Oh. Ooh. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a man here. There's a bot that just showed up in my chat. He said like one of the ban phrases, so he's getting like executed like in real time. It's kind of funny. So let me just kill him. That's got like murder. All right, chat. Now this is the question I posed to you. What is your favorite execution? I didn't even see him on a mod thing. That's tragic, actually. How am I supposed to ban him? No! Let me ban him! Whatever. I was gonna execute him via firing squad like God intended. God damn it. But it is what it is. More agua. God. I ran across actually one of my friends today. He was like talking about like, oh my God, yeah, I get to hang out with these like group of friends like every day. Like tonight we're going bowling and shit. And I'm just hearing this like, dude, that's great. I wish I could do that because I'm busy as fuck. No, that's not me complaining about like streams and stuff. I'm talking about like fucking just the workload and shit. It's kind of funny. It was just like hearing this. I'm like, damn, dude, that's cool. Not to mention they didn't even invite me to anything. They're just doing it themselves. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Why'd you guys invite me to this shit? I do wanted to do more shit going on. I just need to have the time for it. Because like fucking school just takes a lot of time. Not that I'm complaining, it's just funny. Oh God. I'm remembering some stuff. I was talking to a friend of mine that was like doing a subathon. Diamonds, who by the way is doing a subathon right now. If you don't know, he's a cool lad. But I think me and him are like the sole people I know that watch those shitty like movie AI summary things where it's like fucking instead of watching a movie you get like hooked by like a YouTube title because you're just like doom scrolling through like YouTube like recommended and you see like some clickbaity title and like okay Brad I'll watch this and it's like a 20-minute video describing the lore of whatever like piece of media it is. It's either like some like movie or some like short 1-season TV show or whatever the fuck. Usually Korean drama if it's like a fucking TV show, but you know you get a little interested and it's like I'm never gonna watch this, so I might as well, because usually there's like shitty movies that have like an interesting premise or something. Dad had a boy lover. It's true. He does love boys. He told me himself. He whispered it under his breath when I was there, and he was like, "Do you know I like boys?" And it was crazy. I was like, "Holy shrimp! No way!" It's true. So hello, Ian. How are you doing this fantastic evening, afternoon, wherever it is in your part of the world? Holy shrimp! I don't know why. I just love saying that phrase now. It has become a habit. It has become a habit. It's not like I have a thing against cursing or anything. It's just funny. It's unexpected, you know? I'm gonna start saying it too. It's just really funny. I don't like curse words, so that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to. I like it because, I don't know, I was just raised like that. I was just an expressive motherfucker. I was raised in a household with my parents, well, I shouldn't say my parents. My father cursed a lot. So I kinda got it from him. So blame him for me swearing like a, sorry, I'm burping like a sailor. You don't mind if other people do it, it just doesn't bother me. Yeah, that's fair. It would only bother me if someone tells me to stop, if it's like my own space. If it's like public, I can kinda understand. But if I'm in like my house or something, they tell me to shut up, I'm like, bro, right. Unless they're a kid, then that's different. Dude, it's so weird though, speaking of kids. It's weird thinking about like age stuff when like you know kids that were like you know when they were like a little baby when they were born, and then seeing them older you're like, holy shit, I'm older now. My best friend was this dude who was in the same grade as me like all throughout high school and stuff, and middle school, high school, that kind of thing. I remember being in middle school, and in our middle school we had like this system where like we go to like a younger grade that's like kindergarten or some shit, and we're like their little reading buddy where you get to like read them stories and stuff. It was really cute. It's a really cute thing. And I remember mine ended up being his brother, and I was like, no way. I was shocked. I was like pogging. Like as a kid I was like pogging, and years later I see him like grow up into like an actual like person, you know? Like I went to high school with him because of the like he was close to our age, really. I just didn't really think about it. I don't remember what grade it was. It probably wasn't kindergarten, but it was a younger grade where I thought he was like a little tot, you know. The body grows rapidly, you know. But fucking he's like going to college now. He's in like an expensive college because he was like a smart cookie kid. But it was just weird because like holy shit, you go from like thinking like, man, this guy has like 2 brain cells to holy shit, he's a full functioning adult. He had a younger sister too that I remember being an actual baby, and she's like starting, I want to say she's either starting middle school or she's like in the end of middle school, and it's like holy shit, dude. I remember you were like 1. It's such a weird thing. Like it's not my family or anything, so I don't see them all the time. It's that kind of thing. You don't see them all the time, so when you like go visit like your friend's house or whatever, you just see them around and you're like, weren't you like fucking 5 inches shorter or some shit? Like it's like one of those things, you know? It's funny. His parents fucking loved me, by the way, because we were friends for so long. I was like a kind of like a little bit like a member of the family kind of thing. But I feel like our like families could have been more different, because for one, he didn't live in a hoarder house. I grew up in a fucking hoarder house. I mentioned this before. That's waffle trivia. I grew up in a hoarder house where my like parents like had way too much shit, and they never threw it away. His place was like actually really nice looking, where like I'm pretty confident that like maybe your parents would have made like the same amount of money or whatever, or at least similar amounts. but they like look like they made that amount of money. We look like we were like in one of those like TLC shows. Not okay, maybe I shouldn't say that. We're not that bad, but it felt like it had that feel, you know. It's just funny. It's just funny. That my friend's parents never let him watch TV show that wasn't educational growing up. So he never watched stuff like SpongeBob or like Fairly Odd Parents or like any Disney Channel Cartoon Network show. My parents were like, fuck it, let him watch whatever he wants. I remember being able to watch like R-rated movies when I was young. I wouldn't watch many because usually they didn't appeal to me. But like I remember being like a 13-year-old and my dad's like, dude, you gotta watch Deadpool, and he put it on his TV. Oh, it's like shit like that, you know? It's like the tale of two families, that kind of thing. But we were still friends because we just knew each other for that long. Though in recent years, we don't talk nearly as much. Like, we're still friends and all, that's fine. But it's like, it's kind of like one of those friendships that exist because you guys know each other for that long, you know? Like, we've known each other since we were like wee little kids, because I think my first memories of him, like us really having like hangouts or like having fun, whatever, was like maybe like first grade, second grade, somewhere around then. It's been a long time. But as we grew up, I kind of realized we have vastly different like hobbies. Like I'm a fucking like gamer weeb shitlord. He's not. The only game he ever played was fucking Minecraft on his Mac. Ugh. Macs are gross. And even then, I was like, at a certain point, I was just burnt out on Minecraft, so I didn't even play the same game he did. And he was never interested in any other game outside of that. Like, he still did shit, but it's just like, he just wasn't one of those people. And that's fine, because we still hung out, like, with whatever bullshit we wanted to do, and that's chill, too. It was just interesting. Of course, I made friends later on that were like, oh, we're the nerd, or whatever the fuck. There's people that just don't play the most basic bullshit. Which is still fine, you can still do that. It's just like, you know, we're gonna have some variety in there. I don't want to play just Call of Duty. God, I mean, I still remember being like a fucking squeaker on Call of Duty, speaking of. Because like fucking, I had Call of Duty at like 8 years old too. That is another thing his parents wouldn't let him do. He was definitely not allowed to have like a fucking M-rated video game. My parents, fuck it, I just had to ask. They'd be like, Papa, can I have Call of Duty? And he'd be like, okay, sure, kid. And he would just drive me to GameStop. I would pick it off the shelf. The GameStop would be like, you sure you want to buy this for your kid? It's like blood and guts and stuff. He's like, yeah, sure. The sole game that made my dad think twice was GTA 5 because it had nudity. And then you would like actually said like, yeah, it has like stuff like nudity, and he's like, nudity? I'm like, no, Dad, it's just a video game. And he bought it for me anyway. Because I just reassured him like it's not anything stupid. And at the time I thought it was that. Then you're like forced to go to the strip club in some of those missions, and I was like, oh. I was like in middle school, so like, it's not like it's unknown to me, but it's like still, you know, like, ooh. It was a moment. I played everything without restriction. My father allowed everything except for, well, yeah, that's a bit expected. My parents wouldn't have bought me that either way. I just never asked for it because why would I? Also, you couldn't buy those at GameStop. Oh god, that is interesting. You know, speaking of that, actually, that reminds me of a little story. Back in high school, there's this dude. I'm gonna say his name because it doesn't fucking matter to me. His name was like Kale, and he was like a grade older than me, I think. No, he's like a grade or two older than me. One of the two. I think it was 2 years, maybe. He had a laptop at like our high school, which is not something you usually see because usually laptops aren't allowed, but I think it was like some weird exception rules or whatever the fuck, some shit. And I still remember he would like put it in like this filing cabinet, like in the band room, because I was a band kid. One time, I want to say it was like in the middle of a, like, I want to say a concert you were doing. You were just like having like the beforehand stuff or like the after party stuff or whatever the fuck it was. We were just hanging out. My man was playing Nekopara. or some shit, like some hentai game. I think it was Necropara, but there was like some other ones he played too. Just in the middle of it with like people around watching, and it's like, holy shrimp, you guys are Coomers. Holy fuck, you guys are Coomers. It was crazy in the middle of everything. That was not the first time he did to you. One time he just did during like a normal like lunch break or whatever. He was just playing on it. Like he never got to the point where he was like actually showing shit, because someone would have said something and he would have probably gotten like deep shit. But it's still wild that it happened at all. But it's whatever. God. That reminds me of this other random thing. It's just really stupid. We as like teenagers have like stupid fun with like expected elements sometimes in some shit. And I remember we were on, there's like a computer in the band room, and it was right before we had the band class we had, quote unquote, because we had a class for it that like was like cycled between like that itself and like PE or some shit, something like that. And I remember we were like at our high school homepage, because our high school has a fucking homepage. I'm not gonna describe it too much because obviously I don't want to talk about fucking high school, but there is a mascot, like a picture of our mascot on the front page. And someone, our friend group, thought it was funny if we just edited that out. We placed it with a picture of potato and like titled it our mascot's Wild Potato. And we thought it was the funniest thing. We just left it there, like chilling. And our fucking like band director for class was like, okay guys, sit down, whatever. Turns on the computer for whatever reason, like to like have something to display, because he was gonna display something. And he didn't take it down. So on the screen itself was just so-and-so's Wild Potato for everyone to see, and everyone just started laughing. It was hilarious. Fuck. I'm reminiscing now. It's fun to reminisce. I love reminiscing. I don't remember. I usually reminisce on those kind of things when I'm with my high school buddies, because usually there's like a lot to like think back on and stuff, and I don't remember all the details. And I'm like, oh yeah, do you remember blah 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 when blah, 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 you know, that kind of shit. It's always fun to think back on all that shit stuff. God, I still remember actually being on a retreat my junior year, because I went to a Catholic school. They did like multiple retreats, nothing like too crazy or anything. It's not like we went to like fucking Serbia or some shit. No, it would be like just like our sophomore year we had like a silent one, which we went to a place for like an afternoon, and we were just supposed to be quiet, and no one was ever quiet. Like people found ways to talk, but it was supposed to be a thing. I hated it. I thought it was boring as fuck. But it got me out of school for a day. And then like fucking the junior one was like, I don't want to say it was a week long, but it was a while. It was like maybe a weekend, maybe something like that. It was a decent while. We went into this like clear, like kind of like one of those like retreat things, whatever the fuck. Food there was awful. Like it was like the cheapest slop you could think of. Like it's clearly cafeteria food. I remember because I would just eat salads. I would just get a salad because it was like the best looking thing, because I could just douse it in ranch and just shove it down my throat. But I remember they had like hot dogs that looked like foul. It was foul. It was awful. But I remember there was a lot of shit we did on that trip, because that was the one like school trip where like most of the professors, and I shouldn't say professors, they weren't professors, most of the teachers and staff, whatever, were pretty like hairs down and stuff, but you could really get away with a lot of stuff and just goof off and have fun. So it was a really fun trip. Like it had its moments where it's like actually like supposed to be like, oh, spiritual kind of thing, which yeah, it kind of hit in a way, but like we goofed off a lot and it was a lot of fun. I remember there was this wooden octagon outside. I forget what it was for. It had a purpose or whatever the fuck, but it was wooden and it had a bunch of mud on the floor because it was like raining and stuff during then. And everyone was like, dude, we can all just mud wrestle there. And I remember like on the like last day or the day before last day or whatever the fuck, people like at night, they had like an entire fire thing. Everyone was around that fucking thing that we kept going, Octagon, Octagon, and people were fucking mud wrestling in the middle of that shit. It was so fucking hype. Like that kind of thing. God. Memories like that are always fun. trying to think. There was some wild shit that happened too. I remember the first day, there was this priest. I'll call him Father S. Father S was a bit of a character. Ordained Catholic priest, by the way. When I tell you this shit, I shit you not. He is a little kooky dude, but like he's funny. So like it's I respect it. I respect it. He's a funny little lad. I remember me, my friend I talked about earlier, like I know for the longest time, and my other good friend of mine, we were walking outside the facility just to like, you know, walk around, have like explore, talk, whatever the bullshit, just to shoot the shit, you know, that kind of thing. We see Father S just sneaking up on like a fucking like, oh fuck, what was it? It was like some like fucking like, oh my god, I'm actually blinking. It was like some wild animal or some shit. I didn't know, like something that was like a little like just random and dangerous. I want to say maybe it was like a fucking pig or some shit. But I remember like he was like going, I'm gonna get you. He was about to like grab it, and then it noticed him, and he just fucking zoomed off in like the fucking like stratosphere. It was like, what the fuck? What are you doing? It's crazy. It was just crazy to me. And then like minutes later, we saw this other like dude from our like grade or whatever walk in with like this old rusted hunting gear and like a gash on his leg, and we're just looking at him like, dude, what the fuck is all this? It's, oh yeah, I was in the woods. What? Oh yeah, I went exploring in the woods and I found this stuff. Dude, you have a gash on it? Like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to get a tetanus shot. It's like, dude just went exploring in the far ass of the woods, found some old rusted ass hunting gear, and he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna take this and bring it back. Just drags it all the way, fucks up his leg on it, and he's like, oh fuck, I need a tetanus shot. God. I also remember vaguely enough getting ants on my friend's bed, because somehow I got ants on me, and I sat on my friend's bed, and I got ants on his bed, and he was pissed at me. Oh god, I remember the bunk rooms and shit. It was weird. It was like a fucking like, you had like an outer square of everything and then like an inner square stuff. And also my father's calling me. Shit, okay. I'm gonna be right back. Sorry. Don't kill me. Okay, that was the fastest talk I ever had with my father. Remember I mentioned earlier I think he was going to get a job, and I was like, oh my god, I actually don't know my social. I need to get my parents to help me with that. Yeah, he was calling about that, and I was like, oh, okay. He's like, get a pen, write it down. I'm like, okay. It was just random. I didn't text them or anything. They just randomly remembered, and I was like, oh shit, okay, I guess we're doing this now. I swear they picked the worst times to like call me for shit. They either like text me during when I'm in class or, you know, stream stuff. It's never when I'm free. It is never when I'm free. I swear they have like a fucking lock-on mechanism where they will fucking like they will just know. They will just know when I'm like in the middle of some like important like shit that's important to me or whatever the fuck, and they go, yeah, now's a good time to bug them about like this insequential like unimportant thing. Like, I received multiple texts about like my nephew because, spoiler, like family, not really drama, but I guess drama. My nephew is getting baptized because we're like raised Catholic, whatever the fuck. Not a big deal. Don't give a fuck about that. But apparently, I'm being like the second godfather because the dude they want is like not Catholic, and the church might be like, oh, fuck you. And I'm like, okay, why am I getting like 20 texts about this? I don't care. I'll do it. It's just a name. I don't really care. I remember getting like a fucking call from my sister being like, you know, it's awkward that you're like, the second, I know you would be a good one. It's like, I don't care. Listen, sister, dearest, I do not care. I am not the type to care about this kind of thing. I get what I'm here for. Because like the only reason like they even care about this kind of thing is that my oldest sister's a teacher at this Catholic school now, so she kind of has to at least be presenting that way, even if she doesn't really care. Because you have to for that kind of thing. You have to like look the part, I guess. At least in that like younger setting. Otherwise, people will probably just judge the fuck out of you. In my high school, people really didn't give a fuck at all, which was kind of hype because like we would have like a way more like secular, like I wouldn't say way more, but it felt more secular in a way, which was kind of neat. I don't know. This is getting an odd topic, so I don't know why I went here, but it's just kind of one of those things. But it's not like it matters. I'm not like pushing anything on people. It's just one of those funny things. You're gone. I'm eating. I'm a little eat magnet. Oh god. I do think it's funny though, because like on my campus, there's always one dude preaching about bullshit or whatever the fuck. There's always someone somewhere. At my old college, it was awful actually. Like there was this group that like unironically got into fights with like the students and shit, and they were like kicked off campus because they were trying to fight people. It was over some like a protesting thing that like ruffled some feathers. It was like the old college had like some like, I want to say they allowed a hate group there, but it was just a dude that like they were just people really trying to incite shit, and they wanted to throw down, and they started throwing down, and they got kicked off. It was crazy. I didn't see it, but I heard about it, and I was like, what the fuck? And my new one though is just usually people just shouting, just like sprouting shit or whatever, and it's like, okay bro, I do not care. The only time it bugged me was one of these two dudes that approached me, like my age, roughly my age, around my age. And they started talking to me about like, I think it was like football stuff, because I had like I had a shirt on about it, because I have a few. And we're like, oh yeah dude, blah blah blah, you know, that kind of thing, blah blah blah. And I see one dude with like a weeb shirt on, an anime shirt on, I'm thinking, oh maybe I didn't recognize this guy from club or whatever, because I still knew at the time. And we were just shooting the shit talking, because like I don't mind talking, that kind of thing, it's so whatever, you know. And at one point they just like go switch over. It's like, oh, what do you think about like God? And I'm like, oh no, you're one of those like shills to like get into like their Bible study group or whatever. And it's like, bro, I am not interested, go away. I thought you were having a conversation. I was getting solicited. I was baited with friendship. But yeah, I got out of that situation because I honestly didn't care. It was just funny. Like I wasn't impolite. I'm never an impolite person, really. I try not to be, at least. But I also, it's like you really have to like insist on leaving, because they will just keep you there if you don't insist on leaving. Apparently my friends have had similar situations where like one of them gave like their phone number and they would just constantly text them, like to this day. And it's like, holy shit, I'm so happy I never done anything like that, because it's crazy. Actually, I remember a little more. It was like they were talking about video games, and they ended up like being like, oh yeah, you should come by and like invite us to like show us Smash or whatever. And it's like, no, they were actually not talking about. They were talking about like a cult, because there's like a cult nearby or some shit that's like freaky and shit. One of my friends almost joined it. It was like wild. Like I don't remember too much about it because I've never really had any interactions with this shit. My friend was like actively like spooked by them, and it gives him like the heebie-jeebies. But like they still message him and shit, and it's like, wow. You never really think about those kind of things until you see it, you know? It's weird. It's kind of interesting though, thinking about it, because like whenever you hear about that kind of thing, you always think of the like really awful ones, the insane ones, because most of them are bad. Let's not sugarcoat it. Most of them are bad. I don't really think there's good one when there is a call. But most of the time, think of like the really infamous cases that are like on some English. I really can't speak. True crime type like channel or some shit, you know? Like the fucking, oh my god, like, what was it, Heaven's Gate or where the fuck? Those kind of things. You think of those. You don't think of the one that's like nearby you that like is so inconsequential because no one gives a fuck about it. No one goes there. But like, it could be that. You don't even know. You could be right under your nose. You don't think about that kind of thing because you're not in there. It's crazy. Oh, I remember like hearing about, there's still like one, it was like in the New England area, somewhere around there, where it's like, they have like this like shop that's like like a restaurant or some shit that's like pretty well renowned or whatever the fuck, and they use that to try to like get people in the like cult or some shit, and it's pretty like some freaky ass shit. I remember watching a video about it because they were trying, it was a group of people like YouTubers trying to infiltrate it essentially, and they ended up just leaving really early because they got like too spooked by it or some shit. It was weird. It was weird. I forget what the name of it is. It's like in the, I want to say in Pennsylvania or some shit. It's not Amish, obviously. Makes me think of Amish, though. I don't know. It is one of those things. It is one of those things where it's like very, very interesting like that. God, I'm trying to think of anything else that's been happening recently. But, you know, looking at my thing now, it's probably a decent time to go to ads just for the sheer fact it's gonna be coming up soon. I don't want to be like fucking, I hate pre-rolls, but I don't want to get fucking caught with my pants down when it's like, oh, look at me, ads now, and it's like, fuck you, Twitch, I hate you. So I'm gonna go to ads, and I'll think of something, I'll think of a new topic, to sprout out my ass, and then we'll go there. So I'll be right back. Do not kill me, do not cry about it, please, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I know you miss me. I know you're like, oh my god, I miss Waffle, I miss Kiji, I miss Waffle so much. There, I'm back. I'm back just for you. Hello, silly Ollie. How are you doing in the time, evening, afternoon, wherever it is in your part of the world? I just came back from the ad break we had, and I'm tired. No, I'm kidding. But I did realize, I realized I really didn't get to talk too much in depth of stuff that happened last Friday because of like, I don't know, it was karaoke and everything. I was going hard. But we played Pictionary that day, and the only reason I'm bringing this up was that I had to go up there and do it. Like, again, we had like our like anime club I'm in. We like always play a game because we get like, if you win, you get a point, and like if you get like the most points at the end of the year or some shit, you just get a prize. You get like some like thing based on some like either a figure or like some shit. I want to win just because I want like a little like plushie of like fucking Nokotan because we're watching that right now, and I want it so bad. But I ended up going up drawing stuff because no one was volunteering on our like team group or whatever the fuck. And bad news, fellas. Bad news. I can't draw. I don't know if you guys ever saw it, but I can't draw. And I'm like the worst, the absolute worst under pressure sometimes. So like I go up there, I'm like getting all these like animes I don't know because, or like I just don't know how to draw. And I'm just like sitting here like panicking, trying to draw shit. Like, and I'm not a good artist where like the things I'm trying to draw, they're just not getting. And it's like, I had like the worst score at everyone. I was like, oh no. We ended up getting like screwed and we lost this really badly or some shit. That's it. You're kind of silly. How dare you call me silly? I'm a silly little sillerson. How dare you? I'm kidding, I don't care. I am a little silly, but if I can't get too silly. Because if I get too silly, you don't want to know what happens. You don't want to know what happens when I get too silly. The unspeakable horrors will come out from inside me if I get too silly. If I get too silly, you know, they'll find about the bodies. I mean, what? You can't get too silly when you wake up in the mental hospital. True. I'll be in a nice little padded room to make sure that like I can't like, you know, do little like dumb things. You know, this reminds me of those fucking memes about like the gripper socks or whatever the fuck, dude. Like, where the fuck did those like the idea of like that kind of thing come from, you know? Not like the socks itself. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm just, people really like those socks, and I'm just like, why? Where did that come from? And why do they have them, actually? That is also a good thing. It's just random. It's just random to me. Actually, I'm gonna Google this because I have Google power. Why do like mental asylums have socks? Oh, it helps prevent falls and reduce. Oh. Non-silk socks, affectionately known as grippy socks. There's an entire website article about grippy socks, dude. That's funny. Now we know, guys. If you wanna have like more stability, just get the grip socks. Get the grippy socks, dude. Look good for you. Now you know. This is the fun facts with Kiji. This is the safe facts with Kiji. Oops, I ate drywall. That's not good for you. You shouldn't eat drywall. You should just, drywall is through running through when you're named Kyle. Like Kyle's run through like a drywall all the time with like a monster in their hand or some shit. I still have never drank a proper monster, like an actual like energy drink one. I've only ever drank the alcohol ones. Because they're good. I don't get energy drinks because I don't use them. I don't need energy, even though I should sometimes, because some of those mornings are fucking awful. But at least at night, I will just keep myself awake, or I just will struggle. I don't care. Now I'm thinking like maybe I should need them because I am like an EP little demon sometimes. I was literally like sleeping before stream and everything. I was literally like passed out. I was tired. Fuck. I'm making a case for myself to like start like putting caffeine in my system. This is the worst. I'm being a bad influence on myself. Oh god, I just burped. Oh. What else happened on Friday? So we watched our shit. Afterwards, we didn't do any like dinner or anything like that because we were planning to go to like a local thing because there was an event going on where it's like, oh my god, we're going to have like a show, like a DJ and everything, karaoke, and it's gonna be all emo themed. And then my friends, everyone there really wanted to like go to that for fun, so we didn't do that. Me and a few friends did end up going to like a fast food place and like at a friend's place just to chill. I remember like we like picked up our food, went back to his place and just started like chilling there and everything. And so we like were ready to leave. I remember I was like all like ready. I got like into like proper gear and everything. I was like looking emo-ish because I was getting in style. I was getting ready. I looked okay. I remember on the way to the club, I was walking there. I was like vibing. I had like an AirPods and I was like vibing my way there. My friend calls me like, "Why are you running?" I'm like, "The fuck are you?" He was in a car nearby. I'm like, "Fuck this! I'm not gonna be out here in the blazing hot sun." I just ran over to his car, got in, and he drove me. He just randomly saw me. Oop! I accidentally ate a baby. Something I don't think you did. I feel like it's a lie. But fuck, what else is going on? When we got there, I remember because like, I ended up having Fireball the first time at their place. Fun fact, because it was one of our friends' things, and he just said I could have it, so I just fucking downed the fucker, and I was like basically tipsy on the way there. Dude, it sucked actually, because like here's the issue. We were like outside this place, and we were like walking through the parking lot to get there, and there was like this patch of grass and a puddle near like the fucking thing. I went through the patch of grass near it so I could avoid the puddle, thinking like, oh, this is safe. Now I realized this thing was muddy, and I like sunk through the dirt. My pants and like shoes got all wet and muddy and everything. It was awful. And this is like right before it's like this thing started, and I didn't have like time to like change, like get out of it or anything. So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to fucking have like dirty ass like feet and like shit the entire time. I had like dirt all over me. Got into my fucking shirt somehow. I don't know how that happened, but it just transferred to my shirt. So we ended up going to the fucking thing. We had a great time. It was fun. We danced a fuck ton, had a whole like shebang. I had a few drinks. Not many. I only had one at the bar because Jesus Christ, that shit's expensive. And it was fun. But I had like, it felt like I was gonna have athlete's foot or some shit because my feet were wet the entire time. It was awful. But we got there kind of late, so all the karaoke slots are filled up, so I couldn't go up there and sing anything. Not that it would be good, because I can't really sing those songs that well usually. But, you know, one of those things. One of those things. But we ended up like just fucking vibing to the song, people singing and everything, because it was on a stage and everything, so we tried to like just hype him up and stuff, because you know that's what you should do. You gotta be the friendly ones. And then after that, the fucking DJ started doing their shit. It's like, oh yeah, everyone's getting hyped up because the DJs are actually like had good songs. If you know the theme, you're gonna be probably into all the songs probably. He just picks the most popular ones. The only ones that were like interesting was that they always like covers or like remixes of like Taylor Swift and like pop songs where they have like a meta background. And it's like, I don't want to vibe to that. Like I vibe to it, but like at the same time, I don't want to like go hard on a Taylor Swift song with just like that kind of thing, you know? The people were doing it, so it's like more power to them. But it's like, dude, I need breaks, because like what happens is like when I sing too hard and stuff. This didn't happen at karaoke because I was watching myself, but I'm like screaming shit. I get like bad headaches when I stop. Like it's like a fucking like the nervous system going from like one mode to the like back to the relax mode, and then once it's in that relax mode, it like fucking like gets there and it's like, oh fuck, my head is pounding and I need like a minute to just like exist so it goes away, or I have to just continue saying, otherwise it will just. So I had to take like constant breaks. That, and also was sweaty as fuck because I was going hard. It's one of those things. Like it's a lot of fun, but it's just like it's tiring as shit. And also there was a mosh pit. At some points, for certain songs, there was one. And I remember my friends and I did it. Because, yeah, I got in there too. Because fuck you guys. It wasn't a big one. But people were falling. Anytime I would fall, anyway, I see anyone fall, I would end up becoming like, I would say the wall, because I just like stood around like back first to the side where the people were like most likely to hit them from, trying to basically defend their ass, which is what you should do. I just remember thinking it was funny. This is like, holy shit, because the last time I ever touched any of that shit, I was the one who fell, and I almost like, I hit my head and shit, dude. I got really hurt. But now everyone else was falling. It was like multiple people. And I was like, what the fuck? Why is everyone falling and I'm not? It was like the weird, like fucking reversal and everything. I just wasn't expecting it at all. So like fucking, just having to like deal with it was funny as shit. I do remember too, like fucking, there was this lady, they were taking photos and everything, like professional photos. And I remember she was taking photos of everyone. She really liked our group for some reason. Probably because we're a bunch of young 20-somethings. So we like looked the part of like the demographic you really want to have in this town because it's a college town. So like, of course. It's one of those things. But it was just funny as all. God, I'm trying to think of anything else that happened on Friday. It was like once it was over. We ended up like, I was like, my group was the last one to leave. And then when I got back, I was like dead tired and everything. I think I went just directly to bed. I was a stinky shit that day. I didn't have to take a shower or brush my teeth or anything like that. I just took off my shit and crawled into bed because I was tired as fuck. Because that's when you know you had an eventful day. When you just get home and you're just like, bed now. That's when you know you're tired as shit. But it's also kind of like, it's a little soothing in a way. It's a little soothing because the sleep hits harder. You feel that the sleep just hits a lot harder because you just like easily get into it. It's like being thirsty and having something that really quenches your thirst. It's like, oh, dude, this shit hits. That kind of thing. Speaking of food stuff, I was having a conversation with one of my friends today. Like, we were just talking about food or whatever the fuck, cooking food and whatever, and we ended up on the topic of, like, steak, and he was like, dude, steak is such a fucking scam, and we were like, no, it's really not. It's not that expensive or anything. And he's like, nah, dude, if I'm eating steak, I eat, like, 3 steaks at once. And we're like, no shit, it's a fucking expensive thing. You're eating, like, 3 cuts of steak. Like, we were giving him a lot of shit, because he spends, like, fucking so much money when he wants steak, because when he eats like a shit ton, because the dude doesn't eat like in breaks or anything. He eats like 1 meal a day if he remembers, and he eats a shit ton. And so like if he's getting steak, he's getting like a shit ton of steak, and it's like, dude, that's not what you're supposed to do. It's like, you get a steak, this is what usually when I want a steak, or usually when I go out and get a steak, whatever the fuck, you get a nice steak. It doesn't have to be big, but it has to be like a little something, like 8 ounces, 6 ounces, whatever. That's little, but like, it's enough. And you get like the sides that come with it, because the sides are like the carb or the veggies or whatever, and they fill you up. They're good for you. Well, not necessarily, but they're good, you know? And then the entire meal like is a meal. It's a whole ass meal. It's good for you. And that shit isn't too expensive. Like, I've only really had it in restaurants and stuff, but you could probably get like a simple thing and make it at home, and it's not too price gougy. I never really done it though, because I want to learn how to make it, but I never done it. His ass for getting big cuts of meat and fucking 3 steaks. Like, no shit, it's expensive. You're scamming yourself. Like, holy fuck. Like, I can't do that. This is insane to me. I just remember giving him a bunch of shit, though, because it's like, holy fuck, my guy. You are actively fucking yourself. That is something I want to make. I'm thinking, like, maybe tomorrow I can probably, like, go to the grocery store and try to buy some stuff, because I want to attempt cooking some shit. I don't know what, but I want to attempt cooking something. I'll have to like scowl through my like stuff or whatever and be like, yes, this is what I'm making today. But I don't know. I just can't burn the house down, that kind of thing, you know? Otherwise, bad things will happen. So I remember I poached an egg for the first time this week, and I just wanted to try it because I hear it's like my friend really likes adding it to her like her ramens or whatever. I'm like, I'll do that just to add to stuff, whatever. And I remember watching a video and like looking like, I'm like, oh, this is like really easy, and I do it, right? I was gonna make 2, and I did it like, I didn't do 2 at once, but I did 1 at a time, because like, just in case I fuck it up. The first one ended up doing pretty well. The only thing I did stupid was I had it on the wrong burner first. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so fucking stupid. No wonder this thing isn't like near boil or whatever. But the second time, when I got it going, it was like more or less pretty good. And then I was cooking the food I was having with it at the same time. And so I was trying to mix everything together and everything, make it all nice and stuff. And while the other thing was like getting ready to cook, that I wasn't paying attention to, it just starts boiling over. I'm like, oh fuck. I remember I had the entire thing. I heard like the fucking like water come off. I was like, oh shit. Because it was a goof moment. That's that's the kind of shit when you're not like a very experienced like cook or whatever. You have like those kind of moments. It's not. The thing still came out fine because I just like, okay, I'm not gonna keep it in here for long. I'm just gonna take it out now because it's probably fine. And it was fine. It was just funny. It was just really funny. Because it just made me think like, oh man, I'm a fucking dumbass. Kiji's so cool. I am really cool. If only he was real. I am real. I'm right behind you right now. I'm inside your walls right now. You should just tear open your walls and you can see me there for real, for real. I'm inside your walls right now. Tear them open, 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 tear them open. Do you guys ever have imaginary friends? Like, unironically? Like, I don't think I've ever had one. Like, I know it was a thing kids did have it growing up and stuff like that, you know? But I never had an imaginary friend. I don't think anyone I knew did either. I could just been like, I just probably didn't know that if they did or not. But I never had it. I'm in your walls too. No, I'm in your walls. You don't have a fucking say in this matter, Ollie. I'm in your walls right now. I'm just getting a random memory of like The Sims 3. You could have like imaginary friends as like an actual like sim. And like there was like a potion you can make to make them fucking real. God, I don't know why I remember. This is like obscure fucking knowledge I'm getting in my head. He doesn't want to admit that he has an imaginary boyfriend. Ooh, no, I do not. I do not have an imaginary boyfriend. I would never. I'm not that mentally ill. Thank you. I take my meds. Thank you. No, I didn't even never had an imaginary friend. I don't know. I just didn't. Maybe because I grew up with siblings where it was like I always had like someone around where I didn't need it, you feel? So I shared a room with my sister, which was annoying. It was very annoying growing up. We got into fights all the fucking time. Not like very serious fights or anything, but it's like the sibling fight, you know? We get mad at each other and that kind of things. What am I wearing then? I didn't say I was looking through your walls, I just said I was in them. God, I'm not a fucking perv. Got you with that one. Oh, I do remember there's one memory with my sister though, from sharing the room. Was that she got mad at me for whatever reason. And I was like really into Legos. I had this like nice Lego RV that I just got for like a birthday thing, whatever. And she got mad at me and she just like crushed it with her foot. She just broke it with her foot. And I was like, no! I tried to like get all the pieces so I could rebuild it, because you know you could just rebuild it. It's fucking Legos. The problem was I couldn't find all the pieces, so I just couldn't remake it. I was so mad because it's like I couldn't find the last piece, and I never found it. I never remade it because I could never find the last piece, like the piece I was missing. And so it was just incomplete. So I just tore it apart, and I was like, bam! Destroy my RV. I'll never forgive this. I'll never forgive this. I'm eating walls? No, you're not. My walls are nice and safe. They're nice and secure. They're nice. They're not even made out of drywall. They're made out of solid steel. I encoded them in so much anti-eating resistance that you can't eat through them. I even doused them in cyanide. I have like a lot of cyanide. You don't understand. You're not surviving. You're not surviving. Thank you. Oh God. Sharing a room with someone growing up is a very interesting experience. I remember we had a bunk bed that I never got rid of. We never got rid of it. I don't know why. We never got rid of it. So I always had a bunk bed growing up. I still do. I need a kiss. What did you do to deserve the kiss, Billy? Think about it. This is like one of those like offers, you know, like the fucking like art of the deal. What do I get out of giving you a kiss? What is the benefit to me? Like you're blushing and everything, but like, what do you get? Think about it. Art of the deal. What do I get out of this? I don't get the satisfaction of having the kiss, you know? Oh, God. You know, speaking of kissing, oh my fucking God, he melted. Oh shit, he's dead. No, fuck, Billy, no. But fucking, I do remember this being a thing. I do think it's weird when families like kiss each other on the mouth and stuff. Cheek is fine. No one gives a fuck about cheek. But I always thought that was the weirdest shit when people do it on the mouth. I've seen it. My own family like somewhat did this, and I thought it was the weirdest shit. I don't do this, so I never fucking did it. I made them kiss me my fucking cheek. I just thought it was fucking weird. It wasn't like my immediate family. My immediate family doesn't fucking do that shit. We just hug. My grandparents at some of the sides, they would. Mainly on my dad's side. But like, it was weird. I did not like it. I thought it was the weirdest fucking shit. I don't know. It's probably like a cultural thing, whatever the fuck, or error type bullshit. It was just off to me. Like, I don't know what it was. I don't know what their dealio is. It wasn't a thing for me, you feel? It wasn't one of the things for me. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Oh shit, my cup. Fucking stupid. I need more alcohol. That's another thing, actually. When I get this job, hopefully when I get this, I'm hoping to get some money. Well, no shit from the job. That's what their main thing is. I'm going to save it for like future stuff. Like, I want to get things other than alcohol. I mean, I still want alcohol, but I want to get more things than alcohol. Because hopefully I can use it to like get trip stuff I want to do over the summer, potentially. You're a little gremlin? Thank you. I do try my best. But I'm hoping like to use it to save up and stuff for like future plans or anything like that. Maybe getting a whole model that's not like pre-made or anything. Like points fingers. Maybe one of that. Bizbulla, what the fuck? What did I do to deserve this? Was this because I didn't give Billy a kiss? Is that what this is? Is this why you torture me? Is this why you torture me, Bizbulla? I'm on the floor right now. Oh fuck. Oh shit, that is my binder. Wait, that's my old class or like the... Oh, that's my new class. Wow. Okay. Get over there. Okay. I have too much shit on the floor. Not enough to like make it an issue, but like too much shit. There you go. Are you happy? No, Billy deserves his kisses. No. I need to know the deal. This is the art of the deal. He had to give me something I would want outside of the kiss, you know? He didn't argue his point. He didn't give me a 5-paragraph essay of why he deserves a kiss. So I couldn't give it to him, you know? And if he did that, I might have just done it. I don't know. This actually does remind me of something. One of my older sisters, the second oldest, had an entire like thing about sitting on the right side of the car. Like, I mean, it was a real thing. She used to get actually pissed at you if you sat in her spot, quote unquote. And it was kind of a bit at some point, I swear it was. But I forget who egged her on, but someone was like, yeah, right, you're not good. Like, if you really like someone, you would like write an entire paper about it. And she dead ass wrote an entire fucking paper about sitting on the right side of the car and why it's better. I swear it's some like, the real reason was like some ADHD like mental bullshit or some shit. But she grew out of it. She doesn't care anymore. But like, I want to say it lasted till like high school. Like all the way through high school at least. It was just a weird thing. Yeah, that was like years and years and years ago now, because she's like fucking late 20s at the moment. It was just interesting. she's a fun sister though. She's like, in a way, I want to say a second mom to me and my other sister that's like younger than her, because she pays for like stuff for us a lot when she doesn't have to, which is sweet. I love my sister. She's sweet. But she's also very much a lot sometimes, depending on the things. But I love her, you know, that's family. It's just funny. It is kind of crazy though. That like, that's cute. Yeah, it is very cute. It is kind of crazy that like my parents decided, yeah, we should have 4 kids. at some point. Because like really, in the beginning when they were like obviously having kids or whatever, they had two in a row. They had like one and another like roughly like a year and a half apart from each other. So they were like, they had one and they were like, fuck it, run it back, and had another. And then there's like a gap between those two and me and my other sister, where they were like, you know, maybe we should have a third. And then when that happened, like, well, what if you have a fourth? And then I was born. The only boy of the thing. I like making the joke they just really wanted a boy. I do remember my parents like generally didn't trust your ability to continue the bloodline. Hey. That's the other way around. They didn't trust my sister's ability to continue the bloodline. I was the last one. I'm the youngest. That's why I exist. I was the bloodline continuer. Whether or not I'm succeeding is like their failed bit, because I'm not, but I'm still young. but fuck, what was I gonna say? But they really thought when my mom was first pregnant, they honestly expected me to be a girl. they believed I was gonna be one because of like, you know, bunch of bullshit, whatever the fuck, is, you know, my sisters were girls and everything like that kind of thing. And then they realized I was a boy, and they were like, huh? They were more just pissed that I had to buy a new set of clothes, because they didn't just give me hand-me-downs like all my sisters had, because they had like 3 lines of hand-me-downs. Like they had a thing going, and now we couldn't do that. They had to buy a bunch of new shit for me. My dad likes joking that like they had a bunch of like girl stuff lined up and ready when I was born, and had to like fucking be like, no, we could just put them in it. Like joking about that kind of thing. It's funny though. Dang. Oh god. I'm trying to think though. There was something else I wanted to mention. Oh my lord, I have like the worst memory, and I'm like not even thinking about this kind of thing. My parents, oh, it was that, okay. The reason also, like, it's kind of interesting where they were expecting, like, the, like old girls or whatever the fuck, is because, like, my parents are, like, from, both of them are, like, born into families where they all have, like, one gender as, like, the kids. My mom, she only has sisters. My dad only has brothers. And it's, like, not just, like, oh, I only have a brother. Like, no. My dad has 2 older? Older? Is my dad the youngest? No, he's the middle child. He has 2 brothers. I don't remember my dad's fucking, like, thing. He has 2 brothers, and my mom has, like, 3 sisters, so it's, like, I don't know what it is about my family, but, like, they almost did the fucking, like, all one gender, whoops, thing again. Bye, silly good bro, see you later. Okay, goodbye, Ollie. Have a nice day, evening, afternoon, wherever it is in your part of the world. One of the things I'm really hoping to do with like money saving everything, I'm not guaranteeing this, but I do want to go to some cons. I'm going to one definitely with friends and stuff that are like local, so like I don't gotta worry about that stuff. But like I want to like an attempt at something to try. Mickey Channel, thank you so much for the follow. We're having a good day, evening, afternoon, wherever it is in part of your world. I don't know why I keep trying to sing this stuff, that part, but I always think it's fun. But I want to try to do that sometime in the future. I'm really hoping. I've been doing that thing where you like, when you calculate how much it is per hour, where I don't know how much this job is per hour, but I'm like calculating like, oh, if I work 20 hours a week for 4 weeks, for 6 months, I make this amount of money. Not realizing taxes exist or anything like that. I'm just like thinking, I have enough to buy so much stuff. I'm hyping myself up for a fucking job so I can make shmonies. I'm probably not even gonna make that much. Oh god. The one thing that actually is nice about this thing though is that apparently the hours are really flexible, which is nice because I can just do it around my class schedule and like hopefully this. The only thing I'm worried about is how fucked the streams are gonna get, because like I already plan my streams around like mostly when I'm free and like not having to worry about too much homework or too much exams, that kind of thing. If I have a job too, I'm basically going to be dead. But money, that's the counterpoint. So I don't know, man. Seems like a good deal to me. Seems like a good deal to me. But that's just one thing, at least. God. It's gonna be interesting though, because like I don't know what work I'm gonna do. It's probably gonna be grunt work, most likely, because that's usually what undergrads do in this kind of setting. Because it's like they're not gonna make you do like advanced like actual lab bullshit, because you're not meant to know most of this shit by now. So I'm gonna be like more or less eased into like doing everything. So I'm not expecting to know shit. I'm just worried I'm gonna be told like come in at this time, this hour. I'm gonna be like, oh god, I don't know what I'm doing. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out at least. I gotta like plan out what I'm gonna be wearing tomorrow and everything. I gotta look spiffy. I gotta look nice and spiffy to this person. I have to go like after my like Cal class tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to go straight there. So I have to like I'm going to wake up in the morning and be like, okay, double check everything, make sure I look like a superstar and everything. Man, that's how you prep for today. You gotta make sure you look the part. If you don't look the part, you look like a fool. But most of the time when I get like an interview, I like guarantee a job. That's only because I get like every time I reach the interview for like the menial jobs or whatever the fuck, they basically need someone, and I don't look like I'm a detriment, so they're just gonna hire me, you know, because they can just train me if I have no experience. If I'm like go downward. I remember like a few summers ago, a friend of mine recommended that I would to apply to a fucking like law firm for clerk stuff. He's like, dude, that's what I did during the summers. I'm like, dude, they would probably require so much fucking like background. But just to humor him, I applied to a few that I found like LinkedIn or whatever the fuck for giggles. Obviously nothing. I never heard back from shit, but like I tried. They were like, oh, just like lie on your resume, or like some, not lie, but like exaggerate your resume, which people do, and I understand. It was just interesting. It was just not. It just didn't work out simply, but like that was the year I worked in the coffee shop, so I still got a job. It was like fuck, you know. That's it. I should be getting my other exam tomorrow, which makes me nervous. I don't want to take any more. I have still like one more next week, but that's hopefully the last one, at least for a week. I think. I don't know. It should be for at least a week or two, hopefully. I need that break. I need that break now, otherwise I'm gonna like cry. You can't stress me out. You can't stress out the waffle. The waffle will crumble under the pressure. He'll be like, I'll be like, ooh, and then die. I'll probably crumble up and die. I'll be like shriveling in your hand. I'll be like writhing around. Be like, ooh. I've been thinking about also getting like new shit. If I have like a lot of money, or like at least a lot of expendable money, I could potentially buy more stuff for my apartment. Not for my room, because my room is actually like decked the fuck out to a degree I really like. But my living room is kind of needs a lot. It needs a lot. So I'm hoping to get some at some point to at least help the place look nicer, and more flair, more niceties, that kind of thing. But it's whatever. I do have to think about like roommates and stuff for next year, because I want to see 2 or 3 of my roommates are graduating this year, which sucks because they're good. They're good for the most part. Like they don't. It's like the bare minimum like roommate stuff where it's like, oh, you don't steal my shit, so like you're good. I have like low bars, but they're nice. I can talk to them, and I've had lunch with them and stuff. So they're good dudes. They're not completely antisocial. But I'm hoping, like, I only know like one of them of the like 4 that I have that's like staying. So I'm like trying to like, I need to have a talk with them like, hey, can I have like friends take their spots. And they'll probably be like, yeah. And I'll probably like schmooze some of my friends that are like trying to get out of their situation. Like, you should move in with me because it'd be cool. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, Saturday. I haven't even talked about Saturday. So, I mean, I talked about it Sunday, but like, you're talking depth, you know? Saturday, I went to a friend's birthday party. It was like in walking distance. I remember I was really busy that day because it was also a day of like a bunch of other things. So my family wanted to visit for a little bit for stuff, so I saw them. I hung out with some other friends, and then I had to go to this birthday party around this time. And it was like a big, like, it was like, oh, I was like doing shit since I woke up because there were people at my apartment like hanging out, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go see these dudes before I leave. And I was like talking to them, everything. I'm like, okay, I gotta go now. And it's like, oh, I'll go see your parents. And like, oh yeah, parents. Then go back. I'm like, oh, those people. I'm like, oh, I gotta walk to this thing. It's like nonstop bullshit. But the main thing was at my friend's apartment. Like, it was his 24th birthday. He invited a bunch of people from like I only knew that I was friends with and show with everything. We show up. He has like 2 things. Well, he has like 3 things of alcohol. He had this beer that he tried and didn't like. He had vodka that was just like, I don't remember the label. It was just labeled like smooth vodka. And I remember I was like, I want to get a drink. I want to get a shot. And like 4 other people were like, oh yeah, let's do a shot. And we all like walked to it. I'm like, okay, I wasn't expecting us to all do shots at once, but fuck it. And we all took a shot of that vodka, and it was like, it went down. It wasn't good though. And he had Pink Whitney, and I mainly got fucking hammered off the Pink Whitney because I never had it before, and I liked it, and I was like, fuck it, this is the drinking drink. And you know, it was a chill thing. We had pizzas and stuff, food and things. We were like munching, we were like, food, I love food. I think my friend of mine bought Beyblades. So just in the middle of like all this coffee table, we would just be like fucking around with fucking Beyblades and shit, which are really fun to dick around with. Like, I suck at it because it's not mine, but it's like really fun to just dick around with them and everything. Be like, choo! And I would lose or some shit because like I would have like a really shitty one or whatever the fuck. It was a lot of fun to dick around with. I know at some point my friend got a computer from his car. He had a broken laptop that he mainly uses to hook up the TVs and shit. And so he hooked it up to my friend's thing, which, by the way, this thing I'm referring to is a fucking projector that he has, because the place he's staying at, the old like tenants or whatever, just left the whole ass projector in like it's just like a stereo system, whatever the fuck. And so they just keep it. They just use it, and it's like, fuck it, we have this now. Let's just use it for whatever reason. And he hooked it up to that, and we just ended up playing some Jackbox game off it. It was like fucking, oh god, I'm trying to think of the first one we played. We played like Champed Up for like a round, which was fine, and then we played like the fucking talking points, and we all think we'd stand up next to the projector with like a rod that was there. He would try to give projections. It was like all foul shit. It was really stupid shit. One of the prompts I gave one of my friends was like, I was like, oh, here's the reason that he is an alien, like this is like made by aliens or some shit, and it was like really goofy, that kind of thing. Some of them were just bad. I was like kind of tipsy by then, so I was just like incoherent as fuck, but it was kind of funny. The only thing that was like an issue was there was a dude there that's like kind of a drama-filled mess, I will say. I don't like the guy. I have no issue with him. I'm not gonna start shit because it's a dude's birthday party. But I knew 2 people there that like showed up. They didn't know he was coming, and they have like big issues. Main drama. Dude wanted to get with this girl that we knew, and she wasn't interested, and bad things ensued. Spoilers. I'm not gonna get into too much in detail other than that, but as a result, he's been pretty much lambasted from a lot of things, except for like a very few people that he's still friends with. And the problem is that one dude was there that didn't like him because he has said some shit that he did not like at all, and the girl he kept trying to get with was there. Yeah, that's awkward. Thankfully, nothing happened. My friend, though, I warned him. I was like, hey, bro, he's here. Just saying. He's like, I'm not gonna be nice to him. I'm like, okay, you don't gotta be nice. You don't gotta be nice. I remember telling him, like, dude, you don't have to be nice. Just don't start a fight because it is our friend's birthday. We are here for him, not for him. He's like, oh, fine. It's like, Jesus Christ. I'm like praying myself, like, please. I hope she doesn't come. And then she shut up. I'm like, okay, please don't start bullshit, whatever. Nothing happened, but it just makes me nervous seeing that kind of shit happen, you know? Because it's like, dude, I'm not here for this petty ass drama. I do not want this. The dude's an asshole for like multitude of reasons. But it's like I don't want to be around a cat fight. Luckily, nothing happened. Like they left earlier than other people than the dude did, so it's like whatever. But like it's fine, I guess. But the entire thing was fun overall, so I didn't worry about it too much. I know at a certain point, me and another friend just ended up playing a drinking game. I forget it, I can't go into too much detail about it, but like we ended up just taking 7 shots at Pink Wendy, and we were getting fucked. We would have taken more, but like our friend kind of was like, it's getting late, you guys should probably head out. Kind of kicking us out, but it's like, you know, we understood because we were like the last 2 to leave. We were just getting drunk off his shit. And we were like, we gave him like a thing saying like, bro, if you ever want us to kick us out, just kick us out. So we weren't offended by anything, you know? And I remember when that happened, I was like, I ended up walking back with like 2 like beers that my friend didn't want. And I was like, okay, I'll bring these back because there's people in our apartment. I can just give it to them. And by the time I get back, there's like no one there. It's like dead as fuck. And I'm like, well, this isn't right. And I just like plopped this shit down, sat in my seat, and I was like, I'll just go like see who's around. And I ended up like getting in a Discord call with some old high school friends and just harassed them while I was drunk as fuck. They were like Waffles, why the fuck are you like so drunk? It's like, I was out on a friend's birthday. They just had to deal with drunk me for a bit, because I'm like, I'm much more social when I'm like hampered, and I just made it everyone else's problem. And so I got tired and I just went to sleep. Didn't wake up with a hangover, by the way, because again, I drink water like a smart person. Yippee. No, I was all in all, that was honestly not the drunkest I've been. I was drunk, but I wasn't the drunkest. Nothing will ever top when I was the drunkest. Holy fuck, that is yet to happen yet. That was like the first time I went to a bar, because that day I was really fucked up. And I did have a hangover, and then I had to see my parents the next day with the hangover, and they made my dad made fun of me for that shit. My dad gave me so much shit, and it was like, okay, Dad, shut up. It was fine. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. I'm trying to think of any other things I need to like do or get or whatever the fuck. There's nothing else really else going on with like the typical bullshit. Oh, one thing that is interesting is that Saturday, my friend of mine like texted me. He's like, hey, are you free Saturday? It's like, yeah, I'm free. I'm like, dude, you want to help me script a YouTube video? Because he wants to do like some sketch comedy bullshit. So I'm gonna be ending up in some like dumbass shit. I already know what this is about, because I think I know what this is. Because like way back when, me and a friend and a few other dudes went on this trip in like a local like city, whatever the fuck. It was like away, just to mess around, have fun, whatever the fuck. And while we were there, I made up a tale about a cryptid that I'm gonna not say the name, just in case he uses that name in like the video title, because I don't want to dox myself that way, because that'd be really stupid. I'll call him like the fucking Mr. Biggs. Yeah, we'll call him Mr. Biggs. That's not the name. It's not even close, but it's like whatever. I was like, oh dude, we're not safe. We were like walking through this like random ass like small park thing. That's really just a bunch of grass and then like a small area. We were just walking through it, and we're just like, I was just like, oh dude, we're not safe, dude. Mr. Biggs is around. He's stalking us. He's gonna kill us. He's gonna fucking find us. He's gonna murder us. He's like, you see that fucking like, you hear that thing? That's Mr. Biggs. And he was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? I just went on a bit where I was like, there's some like serial killer stalking us. He was like gonna kill us or some shit. And it was like a recurring joke for like the rest of the trip that we thought was funny. So I was like thinking to myself, like, dude, any fucking slight things like a little like creepy or whatever, like that's Mr. Biggs. Mr. Biggs like came to like Florida. He's gonna stab us. They never caught him, dude. He like murdered 12 like people, and then like he used this window to escape, whatever the fuck. Like I kept going off. I was just like appling that fucker, and he was like, dude, one of these days I want to make a video where we do an entire thing about Mr. Biggs, where you're like you or me, or you're the only survivor, and you talk about how your friends die and everything, and such, and like the main thing was that the fake cryptid man was gonna be like just an actual like serial killer or some shit, and he's gonna use our other friend as the serial killer, mainly for one reason, because during that trip, for whatever reason, he was dared to go run around at night naked, where it was pitch dark, and the motherfucker did, and my friend took video. So he had a video where he had like at least his whole butt cheeks out, and he wanted to use that and say, oh yeah, that's Mr. Biggs. And it's like wild as fuck. It's like, dude, what the fuck? It's a goofy thing. And I'm willing to do it because like I feel like I'm not even doing my own home, but I'm a little bit of a funny little goober. I'm a little funny man. And so it's just something to hang out with. And plus we're probably gonna do other shit at least. Cause like you know how it happens when you go to a friend's place and like, oh, let's hang out for this thing, and you end up doing like other things too, because you're vibing and you just want to do shit. It happens. Like fucking it just happens. I just remembered some wild shit. Like, I've talked about vibing stuff. I was starting to think about like, oh dude, I remember when I was out with my friend in high school. There was this friend that there was this girl that he was friends with, right? They weren't dating or anything, because my best friend that was like gay for the most part. But this girl, holy fuck, she was something. I admit that all the like women I feel like I knew in high school were either in a relationship, fucking crazy, or both. This girl was fucking crazy, and it's not like the way you think. It's not like the Twitter crazy, you know, where it's like, oh, I can fix her. No. She was she was very normy. She was extremely normy. And like she gives you like too much TMI type of information. It's like, girl, I did not need to know this kind of shit, you know, that type of shit. But what happened was we were like chilling on like this public thing. I can't say what it is because I feel like it would be too doxy. But we were just chilling around like in this like, let's say a park, like roughly a park area kind of thing, like open to the public type shit. No one else was there. We were just like talking about whatever bullshit we were. And she talked like dead ass just started talking about like doing drugs to like me and my friend. I have never done shit outside of alcohol. My friend, I don't think he has either. I'm fairly confident he has not either. But she would just talk about like, yeah, dude, I still remember like going my first time on ecstasy and everything. And like I did this the other day, and she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, woman? The fuck are you doing drugs for? The fuck are you on? It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. This actually reminds me of a girl that I shouldn't say met. There was a girl in club that was only in club because one of my friends, he just wants to fuck her. She doesn't anymore because, like that previous girl, she's fucking crazy. I have been told stories. She's fucking crazy. She is not the type of person I really want to get close to because she's fucking crazy. But I remember I've had it over at my place because my friend invited her to hang out with like other. No, it wasn't that. No. I'm thinking of something else. She ended up at my place with a bunch of other friends. I didn't like, mainly because like we were like hanging out at a restaurant, and afterwards we're like, oh, if you guys want to like watch like the game with me, you know, we can go back to my place because my place is like pretty big, you know, it's chill and everything. My friends know this. Like, they've been to my place before. They like that. And like, yeah, sure, let's go there. It's like me, 2 other dudes, and her. And we just got back there. We were drinking casual. I was drinking casually because I had a few, like a Smirnoff, and I was drinking that. And she was like, dude, I'll buy the Smirnoff off you. I'm like, okay, bet. Well, I'm not the Smirnoff, but she wanted to have a drink. And it's like, I don't have much of an option, but I have like this shitty, what's it called? A shitty moonshine that I didn't like. And I was like, here, you can have this. And she was like, oh, bet. I'm like, I was giving her a warning, like, dude, it tastes like shit. And she was like drinking it. Like, no, it's enough. She got drunk off it. She got drunk off it really hard. And at one point, she talked about doing fucking cocaine. And I was like, woman, what is wrong with you? Woman, what are you on? And she gave the entire reason, because she was like, oh yeah, I know, dude, I'm like into women, and like there was this hot like butch lesbian that like put it in my face, and like, what can I do there? And we were all like, say no, lady, you could say no, you're an adult, you can say that. No, she did cocaine. She just whole ass did cocaine. She didn't get addicted. She didn't do it again, as far as I know. But it's like, holy, that's not like a weak drug or anything. That's fucking cocaine. That actually like fucks your brain up and shit. It was just wild. It actually like fucking blew my mind. And like, you know, the main takeaway I've been like learning from this is that bitches be crazy. I'm kidding. I keep meeting these crazy people because of other friends. So, I don't know, my friends have, like, bad taste in people, I guess. It's funny, because, like, I know more people than I know, like, he tried to get with this, the crazy girl that, like, in club or whatever the fuck. He's the reason she's there, by the way, and she's again, a character. Again, she thinks she's fucking annoying as shit. And people just give him a lot of shit. Remember my club president, she gave him a lot of shit because she warned him. It's like, bro, you do not want to get with her. She's crazy as shit. She like warned him, like, don't do this. Don't try to do this. Don't get her in club. And he did it anyway. And she gives him constant shit. Like, bro, you should have listened to me. It was funny as fuck. It's funny as shit, dude. Like dude had it coming. Like, he didn't listen to the warnings, the clear warning signs. And he got fucked because of it. It's not our fault. Like, you didn't listen, you know. We're just sitting here doing everything. I still remember him telling me everything initially of like when I first heard about this person. I was like, dude, just be careful, you know, whole mantra of don't stick your dick in crazy, whatever the fuck. Like, she generally seemed like someone I did not want to like hang around with. I saw her and I thought, like, is this the person? And then I found out, like, yeah, it's the person. And it's like, hold on, fuck. She's too much of a problem, though. She's probably, she would get kicked out, most likely. Because, like, dude, that's the entire thing. It's like, if you cause too much drama or too much shit, you'll get kicked out. Usually it doesn't happen. I only know the one case, but I've heard stories of the other people that have gotten kicked out. It's usually because they say some foul shit that's just not allowed. Like, you can't, obviously, you can't be a fucking racist. So if you say that shit, your ass is getting booted out because, you know, no shit. It's expected. Like, why the fuck would anyone tolerate that? Is that, or like, just, I don't know, being like a creep or some shit. I only heard a handful of like things roughly about like some people being weird. I know like one dude, I met one of the dudes that was banned because he would just show up to events sometimes, even when he's not invited. So like people, I remember our friends thinking like, oh, he has an alt account on like this Discord we have for him, whatever the fuck. So we couldn't know it's him. And he would just show up to the events or whatever the fuck. And people would like be fine with him or whatever the fuck. But it's like, you know, he's a little off. He's a little freakers away or whatever the fuck. No? So I'm gonna say, like, I'm surprisingly mostly normal, alright? I may be a little, maybe a little, I may not have all my marbles or anything, but I'm pretty much overall a decently normal person, I would say. Don't put any X's in chat. If I see you, I'm gonna execute you. Personally. I'm actually gonna, like, send you up to a firing squad, tie you to, like, a stake, and you're gonna get executed. But overall, I'm pretty aight, I believe. Where, like, I'm not, like, the type to, like, be, like, fucking Naruto running across their classroom or whatever the fuck. that kind of thing. But it's fine. God, I'm really excited for tomorrow, weirdly enough, just for the sheer fact I wanna get this job. I wanna make money. I wanna make money so much. I'm just gonna be so excited. I would like tweet about it if I have the job, like mention my Discord. I'm gonna be like so hyped. I'm gonna be like, guys, I got the fucking job. I'm John Lab. It's gonna be one of those things, most likely. I still have no idea what I'm doing. It is like a research thing. So like, it's a good cause for my memory. It's like cancer stuff. I should probably review it before I go there, because if I go there like completely clueless, it's gonna look bad. Fuck, I didn't even think about that. I need to read up. I need to study up on my fucking like interview. Fuck, I need to do that. Okay, we're gonna give this a shorter stream because I'm running out of things to talk about, and I'm kind of just being chilling. I don't think I'm gonna read anyone today, but I'm EP. Tomorrow we'll be playing some Sleeping Dogs around the same time, so look out for that. I finally had time to set up everything with rating room rights and everything, but look out for that. Sunday we'll be playing some Frostpunk at like 1 p.m. CST, so that is something else to look forward to. But without further ado, hope everyone has a good day, evening, afternoon, wherever it is in your part of the world, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't look at the art too much, by the way. Just don't.